Greetings, listeners in Listener Land. Welcome to St. Louis in Tune with Arnold Stricker and Mark Langston, where we size up current and historic events involving people, places, and things in areas such as the arts, crime, education, employment, faith, finance, food, government, health, history, housing, humor, justice, and sports. We originate from and connect the gateway city to our country's current cultural fabric and lives. Good morning, Mark.
Top of the morning to you, Arnold.
I added government because we've talked about it, but I'd never listed it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Makes sense to do that.
Yeah. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. It's been a little bit of time.
Yeah, the summer is rushing by.
We're going to talk to somebody today who's probably been the most frequent guest on St. Louis in Tune, and she's going to discuss with us about the 7th Annual Tennessee Williams Festival St. Louis. We'd like to welcome back Carrie Howe. Carrie, welcome back.
Hello. It's good to hear both of you.
Good to hear your voice.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't believe we're in our 7th year. That's a little...
Wow.
It's moving along. Yeah, remember when you did that the first one? That was a big undertaking.
Yeah.
It
still is.
You have the Rose Tattoo coming up on August the 18th to the 28th. And tell us a little bit about that show, because people may not be as familiar with the Rose Tattoo.
Well, that's true, and it's not often produced. It's one of Williams', I would say, few romantic comedies. The film of The Rose Tattoo was produced in the 50s with Anna Magnani and Burt Lancaster, and we're trying to bring joy back to St. Louis with this really fun, romantic frolic. And not only are we bringing the beautiful Williams play to our community, but we're reimagining it as a small, traveling, European Fellini-esque circus in the Big Top in Grand Center. So it is the full production of the play. It is the play, but through the eyes of a circus, a small, European, charming Italian. For any of you who know the film La Strada, directed by Fellini, it's one of Fellini's earlier films. That movie is one of our inspirations.
So you are David Kaplan, who's directing that. He had that vision to do it that way, correct?
Well, I had the vision many years ago, actually, before I met David Kaplan, and then I started speaking with him about this about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And we were then a fledgling company. David actually was the one who conned me into starting the festival. He's the curator of the Tennessee Williams Festival in Provincetown, Massachusetts, which is, I think, maybe in their 17th year this coming September. So he and I have been colleagues since our inception, and we began talking about it right away, but I knew it would take us some time and experience to have the wherewithal to produce that here. So here we are, post-pandemic, although we're not post-pandemic, so we're working under still very strict COVID restrictions to keep our audience and our company very safe. But it's working out well in the Big Top because it is considered an outdoor venue. We have the sides of the tent rolled up, and they will remain so. And our company is tested on an every other day basis. So we're working under really strict conditions. But the vision is, I would say, a combined vision. David has been prepping this for 1 year now in earnest, and it shows. It's going to be a beautiful production. I think Tennessee Williams will enjoy it and be proud of it and admire us for our attempt to take it a step further and bring even more magic to the play than is already there.
So when you were thinking about this several years ago and reformulating it, how do you go about doing that? You're trying to make the play a little fresher for people. And I think especially now, like you said, having a romantic comedy at this time for St. Louis would be a wonderful thing to have happen.
Yeah, and we're incorporating different elements, but again, the play is there, full, word by word. But we've added aerialists and some animals, and one of the characters in the play, as scripted, has goats, so we will have goats. And we have a troupe of actors who are, I've got to tell you, in top form. They are the real deal, as I like to say. They're working as an ensemble. We have our lead characters, but then they're surrounded by a troupe of actors who are taking on different roles and playing musical instruments and performing in all sorts of various ways. So it's not a long play. For those of you who have a short attention span, it's one of William's shorter ones. I think we're going to bring it in at 2 hours.
Wow. Oh, okay.
It's rain or shine. Last year, if you recall, Arnold, we performed in a parking lot behind the building where the Williams family lived in St. Louis with the Glass Menagerie. And that was a nail biter because we had to worry about rain. But this year we don't have that worry because we're under a tent. And it's just post-COVID or COVID theater where we have to rethink the way we produce and get our entertainment for the time being.
Well, that's one of the things I really enjoy about what you do at the festival is you make these very fresh. Mark and I went last year to that performance, and we had a very comfortable evening.
Yeah.
And it was, and you did dodge all the rain. And I'm looking at how he has dedicated that particular work, Rose Tattoo, to his partner, Frank Merlo. And there's some other kind of things that you bring in later on in the festival about that.
Yes. In fact, one of the elements of our festival, which we've been doing since day one, are our scholars panels. And Tom Mitchell, our scholar in residence, is curating those. And yes, there are 3 of them, and I really love all 3 equally. And if you buy all 3, you get a little bit of a discount. One of them is Italian Americans and the Hill of Tennessee Williams. And the second one is Tennessee Williams' significant other, Frank Merlo. And Frank was the inspiration for the Rose Tattoo, and the Rose Tattoo is dedicated to Frank, who was his longtime partner and of Sicilian heritage. And the dedication, I'm quickly looking it up in my book so I get it right, to Frank in return for Sicily. So the play is about Sicilian immigrants coming to the Gulf Coast of the United States in the late 40s, early 50s, which is historically accurate. And as we know, in St. Louis, we have a large community of Italians and Sicilians who originally moved to the Art Hill neighborhood in South St. Louis. So I love that we're doing this panel dedicated to Frank. And what's very cool is his nephew, Joey Merlo, is coming in to participate in the panel and bringing with him correspondence between Tennessee and Frank, which I had heard him read in Provincetown a number of years ago, and I just thought, I need to bring Joey to St. Louis one day. Joey is a fabulous actor, by the way, and director, and he will be performing also in our tribute, which is on Sunday on the Hill. So all of our side events are on the Hill. Our play is in Grand Center under the Big Top, but we have 3 panels. We have a walking tour of the Hill, and our host of that, Salvatore Martarelli, does this on a regular basis. And he knows facts about the St. Louis Hill that I never was aware of, and I'm not going to divulge what they are. You have to sign up for the walking tour.
There you go.
We're doing a tribute reading of Tennessee Williams' work on the first Sunday evening of our first weekend, which will be at Guido's. For those of you who know, Guido's is a great restaurant, which is Italian and Spanish. And we're doing a bocce ball tournament at the St. Louis Bocce Club. We're screening a free screening of The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone at St. Ambrose Church. So our full schedule is on MetroTix and on our website, of course, twstl.org.
And that's the only way to get tickets is online. You can't get them anywhere else but online, I think.
No, the days of selling tickets at the door are a bygone thing right now. And it's really easy because you can actually, last year, we had people standing at our gate just buying them online. MetroTix keeps their box office open online up until our performance time. Actually, I think they keep it open up until our intermission in case somebody's late. So it's a really easy perk and not difficult to use. I did my first parking meter with the app the other day.
That's the only way to go.
Why didn't I do this like years ago?
Because some of them, they don't have the coin-operated ones anymore, so you have to do that.
Yeah, but it's really nice not to have to stick your credit card in either. It's just that I thought, you know what? It's time for me to enter the 21st century.
We're glad you did.
Well, I'm glad that you've done what you've done with the festival. Carrie, you've done an outstanding job. I know you got a little bit extra help this year in a new hire of someone who has some familiarity and roots here in St. Louis. And
yes, Lizzie Watt is our new managing director, and we're building, and we're still somewhat fledgling. We just look bigger than we actually are because we bite off a lot. We bring it home. I'm really proud of the fact that we have grown so fast, and will continue to if people come and support our events.
We're going to continue to support that and encourage people to go. And this is the Rose Tattoo, folks, August 18th through the 28th. All shows are at 7:30 p.m. The Sunday shows are at 3 p.m., and that is under the tent east of Grand Center, and you can get tickets online at twstl.org or on metrotix.com.
Now, is that kind of right by the Powell Symphony? It's right behind
Yeah,
it
it's
there?
around the corner. It's really around the corner. It's right in the theater district. That's where the Big Top now is permanently situated on Washington, just a little bit east of Grandin, Washington. It's right there. You can't miss it. And one of my slogans for the show is, it's going to be something to see. And it really is. And my other slogan is, come and get tattooed. In fact, we're selling little rose tattoos.
Oh, great.
Some of our concessions are very darling.
Great.
They're our logo of our rose, which was designed by artist Peter Shank. And it's all good. It's going to go by fast. So really highly encourage St. Louis to support us and support this event, because you won't be sorry. You will not regret it. Trust me.
Well, we appreciate your time today.
Give me a call. And I hope to see you too there. Let me know when you want to come, okay?
We will do that, Carrie. Thanks for coming on and talking to us.
Okay. Thanks, love. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Ciao. Ciao, Bellows. Bye-bye.
Break a leg. Okay.
Yeah, folks, the Tennessee Williams Festival, what an outstanding effort that Carrie and the staff and the board has done in bringing that here to St. Louis. And this performance, it's very unusual. The Big Top tent, you can't miss it when you drive by it on Washington Avenue there. But the other activities that she has planned, and she went through those, and I want to detail those a little bit more here. There is, on August the 20th, is the Italian Hill of St. Louis walking tour, and you will meet in front of St. Ambrose. On August the 20th, that same day in the afternoon, are the panel discussions that she talked about. And there are three. One is Italian Americans and the Hill of Tennessee Williams. That's at 1 p.m., and that's at the Hill Antique Market. And then there is another one that is at 3 p.m. at the Hill Antique Market. It's Tennessee Williams' significant other, Frank Merlo. Then at 4 p.m. on August the 20th at the Hill Antique Market is The Summer Woman, a story. There's tickets for all three of those panels available. And then the 21st, the next day, is the tribute performance, and that's at Guido's. And then on the 23rd of August at 7 p.m. is the Tennessee Williams New Playwrights Reading. That's located at the High-Low. Then the film screening, which she mentioned, on August the 24th at 7 p.m. at St. Ambrose, is the screening of The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone. And then the Bocce Ball tournament, August the 27th at noon at the Italia America Bocce Club. That's that tournament. So all of those activities you can get tickets for at Metrotix or go to twstl.org, and you can find more information. There's a map of where those events will take place. And
What's that website again?
twstl.org.
twstl.org.
Let me double check my thing.
Tennessee Williams.
twstl.org.
Okay. TWSTL.
And that play they're putting on, The Rose Tattoo, his most comedic work. In 1951, it won the Tony Awards for the Best Actor, Actress, and Play.
Kitten. Wow.
And Italian actress Anna Magnani won an Oscar for her portrayal of Serafina in the 1955 film adaptation.
Who knew that? Yeah. And get your tattoo while you're there.
Absolutely. Tat up there.
Tat up there. Get your ink. Right.
Yeah, ink up.
Yeah, is that it? Ink up. Wow. That's fun.
So, folks, the 7th Annual Tennessee Williams Festival, St. Louis, Tennessee Williams, and Italy. The main performance, The Rose Tattoo, from August the 18th to the 28th at 7:30 p.m. with 3 p.m. matinees on Sundays, located in the Big Top Circus tent. So,
And MetroTix, get your tickets there.
MetroTix, get your ticks, or twstl.org.